I'm not picking that up.
And just why not, young lady?
Bank policy, sir. I can't convert these traveler's checks because we've never heard of, what's his name? Australia.
But you've honoured them countless times before.
We've had a bad run of counterfeit money come through here lately, so we've had to tighten our policy. And if you ask me, these don't look real. Besides the funny name, there's a picture of a strange animal on here that has another one popping out of its belly.
That's a kangaroo, you ignorant pirate trollop.
See? There you go. Kangaroo. Another funny name. Funny to say, too. Kangaroo. Kangaroo.
Oh, Struth. I've got business to attend to, but I'll come back, and when I do, I want these honoured.
Have a nice day, Mr. Mandrill.
You should switch to decaf.
Kangaroo.
She looks a little, lightheaded.
Kangaroo.
It's full of names and numbers and lots of math. Free Scupperware promotion today. Just open an account with 10,000 pieces of 8 or more. That pudgy guy must be the bank manager. Hi there.
Welcome to the Second Bank of Lucre. I'm Brittany. How may I help you?
What happened to the first Bank of Lucre?
Nothing. It was our public relations department's idea. They felt that being called the first bank didn't project an image of experience.
I'd like to retrieve some items from my safe deposit box.
Fine, sir. And whose name is it under?
Marley. H.T. Marley. Here's a letter that might help.
I see. This is for Governor Marley. Do you have power of attorney to act on her behalf?
I'm her dashing husband.
Not good enough.
Oh, well, there is this.
Oh my. That will be fine, sir. Just a moment, Mr. Quidworth. There's a gentleman here to use the vault.
Yes? Well, everything seems to be in order, Mr. Marley.
That's Mr. Threepwood.
As you wish, sir. If you'll just follow me into the vault, we can open up your grandfather-in-law's safe deposit chest. Well, here it is, sir. The safe deposit chest of H.T. Marley, just as he left it over 20 years ago.
Wow, what an amazing collection of junk. Why would Grandpa Marley store garbage like this in a bank?
That Governor Marley was an eccentric old salt, wasn't he? We were all crushed when he disappeared off the face of the earth like he did. Anyway, well, I've got some loans to turn down. You just let me know when you're done here, and I'll come running.
Gee, thanks. Well, I guess I better start looking for that deed to the governor's mansion so I can get home to Elaine. Let's see now. Hot water bottle,
Threepwood,
monkey
what are you doing out
pacifier,
here?
Grogaments, Jimmy Hoffa, do-it-yourself tattoo kit, bloody stiletto knife, bottomless mug.
Well, you really should have called me first. We have rules about leaving the vault unattended.
Gee, I'm sorry. I'll go back.
And I'll see if I can scrounge up a grog.
Wax lips. Ah, there it is.
Stick him up!
Yikes! Who are you supposed to be?
Isn't it obvious? I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
No, you're not.
What makes you say that?
Well, for one thing, Guybrush is much better looking than you are. And for another, the real Guybrush doesn't smell like anchovy halitosis. Ooh.
All right, mate, bucko. That's enough of that. Back away from the Barney heirlooms and be quick about it. Now, Mr. Threepwood, take a good long look at the last face you'll ever see.
I knew that deregulated banking would lead to this.
It's an old cracked sword.
I said don't move!
It's a packing sponge. That doesn't need to be sliced up. It's a large packing sponge.
This is a robbery!
This hanky has PP embroidered on it. I highly doubt that this belonged to Grandpa Marley. Phew, this thing reeks.
We've got you surrounded! We've got
It's
you
a small packing
surrounded!
sponge. There seems to be something inside. It's a music box. Hey, there's a bottle of fine grog behind this music box. It's a cute little music box.
Don't be a hero!
It's a bottle of the 67 Chateau de Spittle, a fine vintage grog with an insouciant flavor and a saucy aftertaste. No thanks. A grog this old could probably eat through most of my internal organs.
That's G-U-Y-B-R-U-S...
It's an empty safe.
T-H-I-E-E-P-W-O-O-D.
It's the door to freedom. It's one of the hinges that holds this door in place. It's one of the hinges that holds this door in place.
Your lawyers have negotiated a settlement.
I
Now
can't
drop
remove it with
everything
my bare
and come
hands.
out.
My lawyers are fired.
I broke the hinge off, but I broke the sword too. That didn't get me anywhere. The sword seems to be widening the crack a bit. With the sword jammed in there, the gap is larger.
We've got you surrounded.
I don't think that would help anything. I don't think that would help anything. Wow, these little sponges really expand. I don't think that would help anything.
Your lawyers have negotiated a settlement. Now drop everything and come out.
My
I think I'm
lawyers
getting
are
close.
fired.
The door looks ready to pop. I think I'm getting close. The door looks ready to pop. I don't think that would help anything. I don't think that would help anything.
I'll never give up.
We've got you surrounded.
Top of the world, war! So long, suckers! And remember, you've just been robbed by Guybrush Threepwood!
Hey, where'd he go?
Hey, what's all the commotion?
Get him! Ah!
You're under arrest, Mr. Threepwood. Right, down to the jailhouse with you. All right, you. Didn't your mum ever explain that bank robbery isn't nice?
It wasn't me, it was the no-nosed bandit.
Right. No-nosed bandit. Or perhaps it was the guy we caught red-handed. You! Although we haven't found the loot yet.
You'll find it with the real robber, so let me go and get cracking.
Detective work isn't my job. If you want to clear your name, you've got a few things to do.
Okay, what?
I need the perpetrator, I need proof he was at the scene of the crime, and I need proof that he committed the crime.
You know, it'd be a lot easier if I could just bribe you.
I'll ignore that, Threepwood. Around here, we do things by the book. Now, since this is your first offense, you'll be placed under house arrest.
I get to go back to the mansion and play with Timmy?
No, you are confined to Luca Island. You are not permitted to leave until and unless you are cleared of the crime of bank robbery. To make sure you don't leave, you are required to wear the voodoo anklet of extreme discomfort.
I was wondering about that. It's rather uncomfortable. Can you loosen it?
But that wouldn't be the point then, would it? It gets a lot more uncomfortable if you try to leave the island.
At least I'm not in jail. Inspector?
Yes?
I'm innocent. It was the no-nosed pirate that robbed the bank.
Who? Peg-nosed Pete. Listen, if I had a monkey for every time some penny ante crook tried to pin their criminal malfeasance on Peg-nosed Pete, I'd have enough monkeys to work out a reasonable sequel to Hamlet by now.
So what you're saying is that you don't believe me?
No.
Why don't you believe that Peg-nosed Pete robbed the bank?
Because, Mr. Threepwood, it's just not Peg-Nose's style. If Peg-Nose had robbed a bank, he would have snuck in under the cover of darkness, used a clever series of weights and pulleys to open the vault, and would have absconded with the loot without leaving a trace of his presence. Peg-Nosed Pete would never simply enter a bank in the middle of the day, waving a pistol around like a common thug. It's beneath him.
Just for the sake of argument, what would it take to prove my innocence?
Well, since you don't have an alibi, you'd have to turn the finger of blame towards the real culprit.
Great! How do I do that?
Off the top of my head, I can think of 3 things that would do the job. A. New evidence would have to surface, linking the so-called real perpetrator to the crime. 2. The stolen bank loot would have to be recovered. And Z. The real criminal would have to be caught and brought to justice.
That should be a piece of cake for a pirate with a keen analytical mind like myself.
I'll keep your cell warm.
Can you remove this voodoo anklet? I really need to get back to my wife.
Sorry, you're stuck on this island until your trial arrives. Or until you manage to prove that you're innocent.
When can I expect my trial?
As soon as the judge returns.
Great, when's that?
He should be back within a few weeks, when his vacation's over.
A few weeks? I need to get back to Melee Island today.
Well, I guess you should have thought of that before you went and robbed that bank now, shouldn't you?
But I'm innocent.
Tell it to the judge.
Wow, this voodoo anklet sure is uncomfortable.
That's why it's called the voodoo anklet of extreme discomfort.
How's the investigation going?
What investigation? You were caught red-handed. I'm just waiting for the judge.
Oh. You're not gonna lift a finger to help me, are you?
No.
But what about justice?
Haven't you heard? Justice is blind.
Not to mention lazy, apparently.
Quiet, you.
Where can I find Peg-Nosed Pete?
If I knew that, he'd be locked up right now.
Because he framed me for robbing the bank?
No, because he's wanted for approximately 300 other crimes on Luca Island.
Well, I better get out there and prove my innocence.
Stay out of trouble.
Oh, Inspector, I think you'll find this interesting.
What's this?
It's a stinky hanky that belongs to the real bank robber.
Who? Peg-Nosed Pete. It wouldn't prove he was the perpetrator. To do that, you'd need to prove Peg-Nose had the loot in his possession.
Rats.
Hey, I should bring Meat Hook here. You'd like this place. Hey, I should bring Meat... no. It's good to see that Luca Island doesn't mollycoddle its criminal element. Iron Maiden! Excellent! I have no idea why I said that. Ew, greasy. I guess they use it on these Iron Maiden spikes to allow smooth impaling. I'm not getting in there. Not after what happened last time. Now there's a manly pirate. It says, Contra leges marinas latrocinium maris est. I think that means... Actually, I have no idea what it means. It's Otis. Otis, what are you doing here?
I'm a victim of society.
Let me guess. You were framed, right?
How did you know?
Just a hunch.
Some old guy with a weird accent accused me of stealing flowers from his front yard.
When are you due to be released?
He'll be released just about the same time you prove your innocence.
Hey, just because my captain is a notorious bank robber, there's no reason to take it out on me.
Otis!
Jay?
You're not helping. What is it with you and flowers?
It's a plot, I tell you. People are to make me seem less fearsome and piratey by accusing me of being the kind of pirate who likes to pick flowers.
If it's any comfort, Otis, I never found you all that fearsome to begin with.
Go pick a pack of posies.
What is it with you and flowers?
It's a plot, people.
If it's... I'm feeling an incredible feeling of deja vu.
Would it help if I gave you a breath mint?
Wait, it's past. See you later, Otis.
You're gonna get me out of here, right?
Inspector?
Yes?
Well, I better get out there and prove my innocence.
Stay out of trouble.
That's a very aesthetically pleasing fountain, I think. She looks a little, lightheaded.
Why, hello there, Brittany.
Oh, hi. Why do you sound like a sick kraken?
Oh, sorry. Sorry you lost your job.
Oh, it's all right. I didn't like working at that bank much anyway. I've always really wanted to be in show business.
What kind of show business?
I want to be a singer and have my own backup dancers. I don't have any skills or experience, but I figure with the right attitude, there's no stopping me.
Me too. Maybe we could start an act together.
I don't think so. I'm looking for someone a little more
Piratey?
cool.
Then why were you wasting away at the bank?
I was making ends meet while I put my act together. Guess I needed the push. I was getting too wrapped up in the whole financial system thing.
Hope that works out for you. What are you gonna do now?
Well, I always wanted to get into
Hope that works. Is it too late to open an account?
You're funny, Mr. Threepwood. The bank is no concern of mine anymore.
I know someone who has a crush on you. That Castaneda fellow. You know, the chess player.
Oh, yes, I know. Poor Santos. He's so tragically intense. Macho, but sensitive. But he's so busy playing that stupid old game with his buddy. It's like I don't exist sometimes. Hey, I have a dream. Want to hear it? Someday, when I'm rich and famous, he'll look up from that chessboard for a second and suddenly realize what he missed out on. Ironic, huh?
Well, I have manly things to do in a sensitive way. Bye. There's nothing like the smell of buckets upon buckets of rotting fish in the morning sun.
It's a rather unspectacular duck.
No. No. Phew! It smells like dead fish in here.
9 kinds of dead fish, huh?
Chub Rub bait scent. Just looking at him makes my eyes burn. This must be where the magic happens. I'd rather not. I only see 5 kinds of dead fish here.
That's not our entire selection, you know.
I only see 5 kinds of dead fish here.
That's not our entire selection, you know.
I don't think so. I haven't seen so many glassy, lifeless stares since my wedding reception. I doubt that I'll be needing a fish hit. And even if I do, I'm not picking one up. Whee! Look at the cute little termite circus. It's just like a flea circus, but with termites. That was exciting.
Please leave the termites alone. They're a very temperamental group of performers, you know, and they must not be disturbed.
Oh, sorry. It's a large, stinky vat of free bait, marinating in bait juice.
Only one per customer.
Sharp? No thanks. I try to keep the number of large, pointy things in my pants to an absolute minimum. I wonder what kind of bait was used to catch this guy.
Are you kidding? That was the bait.
Caviar? In a bait shop?
Oh, that's just how I get rid of my expired bait, eh?
Ooh, it's the Grouper Master 3000 series with bamboo composite core. I'd have no use for it. I can never seem to bring myself around to stabbing poor defenseless little worms with hooks. Even if I liked caviar, I wouldn't take that stuff. Excuse me.
Yes?
Do you have any bait that could catch a cold?
No.
Do you have any bait that could catch a tiger by the tail?
No.
Do you have any bait that could catch a thief?
No!
Do you have any bait that could catch a red grouper?
For the last time. Oh, yes. That free stuff over there will work fine.
Gotcha. How's the bait business?
It stinks.
You're telling me. P.U.
No, I mean it's horrible.
I bet business would pick up if you crack open a window every now and then.
Why, I tried that.
Did it help?
No. In fact, it seemed to drive prospective customers away. That's when I realized, see, that something strange is going on.
Strange? How so?
Well, it may be the chum talking, but I could swear that Luca Island is getting less and less pirate-friendly, eh?
Really? How?
Why, we've been besieged.
By hostile invaders?
Worse, tourists.
Yipes.
There aren't many of them around today, but you hang around for a week, and they'll pop up like a bloated corpse in a calm sea. Why, they've been driving some of Luca's oldest pirate-oriented businesses into new fields, and have compelled some of our nastier pirates to consider new lifestyle choices. Why, I myself have soiled my once noble bait shop with a cheesy termite circus in a desperate attempt to get me hands on some of those tourist shekels.
Was it working?
Not very well. Insects seem to repel tourists almost as much as fish guts.
Go figure. Do you know anything about a no-nosed pirate thief?
Well, that sounds like Peg-Nosed Pete.
You know him?
Are you kidding? Everyone on Lucre Island has heard of Peg-Nosed Pete.
Who is he?
Boy, he's the most notorious thief on Lucre Island. He's never been caught, and his loot has never been recovered. And his true face, aside from his trademark false nose, has never been seen.
Well, I've seen his true face. It's not pretty.
Yeah, right. And I've seen a bucket of chum solve complex math problems.
Where can I find him?
But you can't. Nobody can. There's rumor that his hideout is somewhere in the heart of the Mists of Time Marsh.
Great, I'm off to the marsh.
But no one has ever been able to navigate their way through the marsh without getting hopelessly lost. It's cursed.
Darn, another curse. How did he lose his nose?
Oh, that's one of the darkest mysteries of Luca Island. Some would have you believe that Pegnose's proud proboscis was pecked off by a duck. But I believe it was a school of deranged flounder that made off with his honker.
That's one of the darkest mysteries of Luca Island?
No. But it sounds more ominous that way.
How does he smell without a nose anyway?
Awful.
I guess I should have seen that one coming. Let's talk about something else.
Well, whatever skins your salmon.
I'm almost afraid to ask, but why are you running a termite circus?
Well, I used to sell termites as bait, but most deep-sea fishermen prefer something with a bit more...
Stench?
Meat. Anyway, when bait sales started tailing off, I took all my termites and trained them to do circus tricks. I even got the act approved by the newly formed Luca Arts Entertainment Consortium.
Well, is it working?
Not really. I have to kick most of my profits back to the head of the consortium. That rude.
It sure stinks in here.
You get used to it after a while, and come to miss it when you're out and about. That's why I never bathe, see? So I can keep that sweet, sweet scent of fish entrails with me wherever I go.
How touching. Not to mention revolting. Why is that bait over there free?
Well, that bait is nearly expired. I need to get rid of it before it goes bad.
How does bait go bad?
Oh, the usual ways. Falls in with the wrong crowd, starts rebelling against authority, begins dating bait of loose virtue. And before you know it, the bait's gone bad.
I think I'll just look around for a while.
Well, you look all you like, but if you break it, you board it. Hey, take that outside. You're scaring me bait.
Oh, it'll only take a minute. It's a little dead fish used for fishing bait. That's the second biggest duck I've ever had in my pants. Ew, greasy. I guess they use it on these Iron Maiden spikes to allow smooth impaling. I'd better not. Over the years, I've learned the hard way that it's unwise to bait a duck. This is the second largest duck I've ever held.